My name is Tom Ream. I'm a retired chemical engineer. I was born in 1950. I spent my career in oil refining and petrochemical manufacturing. I never lost any sleep over global warming. Of course, I heard people talking about it. Some seemed very concerned, but I never paid any attention to them. I was never an active denier. I just ignored the discussion. I retired at the end of 2009 from Saudi Aramco. In December 2016, I noticed on the discussions website of the American Institute of Chemical Engineers, known as AICHE, that a professor started a discussion about global warming. I started following that discussion. After 4 months, I decided there might be something to global warming. By the fall of 2017, I had done enough personal study into global warming to know that it was happening and that human activity had caused it. I became very involved in the local section of the AICHE, and in 2019 I was the chair of the section with a focus on global warming. On March 31, 2019, the Institute launched the Climate Solutions Community. I and three colleagues had presented a proposal to the board of directors in October 2018 to form a community through which AICHE would lead engineering institutes and scientific societies to come together and determine the best path forward to resolve global warming. Unfortunately, that vision is still languishing. Early work failed to make progress, so in October 2020, I invited 100 colleagues to a virtual workshop that I called Climate Collaboration. Following that workshop, I began serious discussions with another retired chemical engineer, Dr. Richard Hutchinson. Dick lives in Maine with his wife Lorraine, having retired there about 20 years ago. I had met Dick remotely through a recommendation from Dr. Phil Westmoreland, a chemical engineering professor at North Carolina State University. Phil was the AICHE president in 2013. Phil had become aware of a book Dick authored in 2019 called People's Assessment of Global Warming, and a proposal by Dick to do integrated systems analyses at a global level to figure out the best pathways to resolve global warming. I began talking to Dick about his proposal in the summer of 2019. Following the Climate Collaboration Workshop in October 2020, Dick and I planned a series of webinars for early 2021. I hosted 2 webinars on the Wicked Problem approach and 5 on our proposal, which we called Global Solutions and Outreach Programs, or GSOP. Since April 2021, several have joined me and Dick on promoting our proposal. Earlier this year, we established a nonprofit called GSOP Climate Collaboration Inc. We are filing with every state in the United States to allow our nonprofit to solicit for funding. With sufficient funding, we will hire an administration team which will help promote our proposal, will help seek funding to do the 3 years of international integrated systems work that must be done, and will help establish and guide national GSOP initiation teams as forerunners of that work. Global Solutions and Outreach Programs proposes to hire 2,500 full-time professionals and 20,000 part-time professionals in all nations to conduct the integrated systems work, the end result being national, regional, and global action plans that will be our best hope to resolve global warming. This work is planned to be completed in 3 years at a cost of 2.5 billion US dollars. The 2,500 full-time professionals involved in the work will be in their 20s and 30s, and therefore will be in a position to lead the implementation of the action plans. Many of the 20,000 part-time professionals at 4 hours per week will be older subject matter experts. Those hired will primarily be engineers, economists, those with skills in the social sciences, and those with skills in political science. It is our view that current global attempts to figure out how to resolve global warming have failed and will continue to fail. These include the work of the IPCC and its 3 working groups, Project Drawdown, Deep Decarbonization Pathways Project, and the International Energy Agency's roadmap called Net Zero by 2050. Each of these efforts is well intended. However, good intentions will not resolve global warming. Global Solutions and Outreach programs have two parts. The Global Solutions program will conduct the integrated systems analyses, looking at all proposed climate solutions, with integration conducted at a regional level and at a global level. The outreach program will interface with communities and industry in all nations, ensuring that all stakeholders are involved. Dr. Hutchinson has experience in use of the wicked problem approach when he led almost 300 professionals in the early 1990s on a U.S. Army project to develop effective verification measures for a chemical weapons convention then being negotiated in Geneva. That 3-year project involves 7 multidisciplinary teams composed of professionals from the Department of Energy, 8 national laboratories, and 12 other federal agencies. The program was highly successful. Our NATO counterparts endorsed the U.S. results to their delegations. 20 of the 24 program recommendations in this U.S. Army project were included in the final language of the convention. In the late 1990s, Dick led another project to improve responses to biological and chemical weapons emergencies, including terrorism. In that project, 39 agencies were involved. In 2002, Dick published a paper describing the successful uses of the wicked problem approach. The paper was entitled A General Problem-Solving Approach for Wicked Problems, Theory and Application to Chemical Weapons Verification and Biological Terrorism. The proposal, Global Solutions and Outreach Programs, is based on Dick's experience and leadership in successfully using the wicked problem approach to solve highly complex problems and my outreach experience.